Good morning. It's Johnny Sunshine. Guys, it's fucking 5 o'clock in the goddamn morning. What the hell am I doing up? I can't sleep, man. I can't sleep in anticipation of another wonderful day of plumbing. Look at that time, man. I've been up since 4:30. I just can't wait to get back out there and start fucking solving problems again. Oh. Yesterday kicked my ass, boys and girls. These fucking people, man. First thing when I get to this house yesterday with this stoppage, I pull out this heavy piece of plastic out of the garbage disposal, and both of the people in stereo. Oh, we didn't put that in there. Well, maybe it was the ghost of Christmas past. Then I pull my cable out after the first fucking run through this thing. There's like hefty bags all over. I'm like, what the fuck, man? What do you think this is? A garbage disposal? You don't dump your fucking garbage in it, you fucking dopes. No wonder why you have a problem. Well, I was there for fucking 5 hours or something, man. Bella, shut the fuck up. Get over here. I want to tell you something. God, I keep wanting to go bite my fingernails and look at them this morning. That's after like fucking 2 hours in the hot tub last night. Yeah, every time I eat a sandwich, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, that house. Fucking horrible. I need to wash my hands in fucking bleach and get a goddamn wire brush, clean out from under my fingernails. That ought to be pleasant. What a fucking dogfight the last 2 days have been, man. Between that goddamn one job with the mowing cartridge from hell, and then I step on another fucking landmine first thing yesterday morning. Johnny's just trying to get out of the minefield. Yeah, with all my fucking limbs. It was a challenge, guys. That house, there were many plumbers on that house. Even the prior owner had 3 or 4 guys over there trying to fucking solve this issue. I got that bitch cleared out, man. And it was because of that. Some guys will probably have something to say about the clean out I added above the T, the sanitary T down very, very low. And the student that's not up to you. You can't do that. It's actually convenient to use. What the fuck? That's not how the code works. Yeah, well, that's how it works in Johnny Land. Put the motherfucker where you need it. I'm too old to be leaning over into the back of a cabinet trying to cable a fucking line, you know? It works out good. It's not the first time I've done it. I've done it before temporarily. I do have a 90, Fernco 90, where if you can cut into the pipe, put the 90 on it, and bring the thing out so that you can access it. You know, especially one with a Studevent. Try getting a cable in where Studevent goes. And these guys who are putting Studevents in, as high as you can get it, it's still not high enough. I mean, if that's your thought that it needs to be up near the flood level rim, it needs to be above. If that's your theory, it needs to be above by like 6 inches. You know, above the flood level rim, not 2 inches below. The inspectors in Sarasota, that Studevent only needed to be 4 inches above the waste arm it served. It's a check valve. You could put them on, do a test yourself, man. Put one on, put a 5-foot head of water pressure on it, you'll see it doesn't leak. 4 inches, guys. Make it goddamn accessible. It does need to be vertical. That job was a real challenge, man. I started out with my Super V, ran it out 25 feet, I had taken the trap apart, put it back together. There's nothing worse than that. And then you run the water and you're like, motherfucker, it didn't clear. Start all over again. So I go to the fucking 5/8 cable, man, with my Route 66, because it's just easier to operate. I don't have to do any switching. I just use the Route 66 with a 7/8 cable and a 5/8 cable. The first thing I tried to do was put one of those cutter heads. It's like a ball. I ended up with a spade bit, a grease head basically, that I was able to get through that clean out that I put in. It went through the sanitary T. I would have loved to put a Y in there. Would have been a lot easier. But there was no room. All the fittings were butted up against each other, man. I even had to, by the end of the day, I talked the guy into getting rid of the garbage disposal, because that's a big problem when you're grinding up your fucking garbage. Oh, we never take our trash out. We just throw it down the fucking kitchen sink. We have a garbage disposal, for Christ's sakes. What the fuck, man? So this guy, he works for fucking Microsoft. And boy, what a fucking problem solver he is. I'm sitting there and he's sitting in his fucking little office, which is a corner in his living room with a fucking computer. And he's got his little headset on. Yeah. He's got no shoes on. He's all comfortable and just solving all the world's problems that he fucking created. Well, I don't. My email is not, you need to do this and that and that and this. Why don't you just call the motherfucker? Eliminate all the fucking bullshit. Computers are fucking crazy. I'm sitting there sweating my ass off, dying, stressing, trying to get this fucking goddamn place clear without destroying this fucking absolutely gorgeous white kitchen. And this fucking nerd's in there. Well, I have a real concern. I was like, I don't even need to talk to you, pal. You don't understand. Get the fuck out of my face. It got fucking ugly. I call it fugly. Fucking ugly. But we got that bitch done, man. I filled that sink up about halfway. Only I would normally fill them up all the way, but the thing's the size of a goddamn bathtub, and it probably full of water. There's probably 400 pounds of fucking water in it, and I didn't want to rip the sink off the goddamn marble. I filled it up halfway and watched that motherfucker drain like a champ. Just gone. The guy's like, wow, that's never drained like that. I was like, that's because I'm the man. Back the fuck off, nerd. Then I give him the bill, and he's like, And I looked at him, and I growled a little bit. I was like, He said, can I sell it to you? I was like, you're damn right you can, motherfucker. Give me my money. So I read my prayer this morning. I'm getting back into that. And it's funny because it is so... Whoever writes these things, boy, they really... Maybe it's God. Maybe it's God. I don't know. But it's funny because it is so apropos for what I've done. I want to show you a picture of what I have to go do today, guys. Another fucking insurance company to-do list. Honeydew. But I gotta show you this. I think the guy, he may have a case, you know, the inspector. Let's show you what I gotta get into today. This is just fucking gorgeous. So this guy, he wanted a 1 horsepower fucking garbage disposal because that's what's in there. And I was like, you don't fucking need one. So look at this, guys. This is what Johnny has to deal with today. Now this is a very wealthy guy, man. Look at this fucking goddamn garbage disposal. This house. And then he's got 7 shut-off valves that need to be fucking replaced. And look at the condition of the cabinet. Fucking water filters. The fucking stops probably. I just don't know. I'm thinking it's going to be another tough day. And I have played this scenario over in my mind at least fucking 49 times since I got this picture. How I'm going to do this job. How I'm going to get in there with... come out with all my fingers and no dents in my fucking head. So I read my prayer this morning. And it says, "Come to me and rest in my loving presence. You know that this day will bring difficulties. Oh, fucking yes, I do. Every day does. And you're trying to think your way through those trials. Oh, yes, I am. 49 fucking times and counting. As you anticipate what is ahead of you, you forget that I'm with you, now and always, rehearsing your troubles, which that's what I'm doing when I'm, like, coming up with a game plan, you know, playing the game before I play the game. Rehearsing your troubles results in experiencing them many times. Yes, that's why I'm up at 4:30 in the fucking morning. I'm rehearsing my next pain. Ah! Whereas you are meant to go through them only once, only when you're doing it. No, I'm a fucking masochist. I just love pain, I think. There's something wrong with me. What the fuck, man? Oh, God. You're meant to go through them only when they actually happen. Now that's a fucking novel thought. You know, don't think 500 times about cutting your finger off. Just think about it when you actually cut it off. Wow. I never thought of that. This book is so fucking insightful. I think it had to be written by God. Instead, come to me and relax in my peace. And I will tell you, I'm joking now, but there is peace in that, whether it's real or not. To just turn it over to God, there is peace in that, man. It got me through some trials in my life, man. Yep. Come to me and relax in my peace. I will strengthen you and prepare you for this day, transforming your fear into confident trust. That's January 16th, guys. Maybe that was yesterday. I don't know what the fuck is the date today. It's always best to be on the right date. Let's see. can't get the date on this fucking. I don't know what fucking day it is, man. What day is it? It's not hump day. It's the 16th. I was on the right day. So I'm gonna take my thing here. And I'm gonna flip it over. So I flip to the next day, January 17th. My mom's birthday's coming up on January 19th. A beautiful woman, and she had a lasting impact on this world. I mean, she fucking made 11 of us crazy motherfuckers. Yeah. And for the most part, we've done good. We're nice people. So my subscribers who called from Fall River, Mass yesterday, shout out to you guys. I don't want to mention your name. Maybe I can. Who gives a fuck? They don't. I don't think they care. Let's see. They sent me a picture, and it's a beautiful picture, man. Portuguese looking people to me. Reminded me of home just talking to them, and I got this woman from Worcester in my house, and nice to hear that. Yeah, these people, these people, John and Tracy from Fall River, Mass. And they're smiling, they're beautiful, healthy looking people. I don't know how the hell they ever found me, but how you doing, guys? Good morning. It's another day, and Johnny going crate. Yeah. Can't wait to get in it today. But this is when you're getting your stride, This is like Mike Tyson when he was in his fucking earlier days, You just build on it. You build and build and build, and you can handle whatever the fuck gets thrown at you. It's tough in the plumbing business because sometimes you have to explain what you're doing to a fucking, I'm going to say ignorant and uneducated, but not in the larger sense, but ignorant and uneducated when it comes to plumbing, and you're trying to explain it. It's like, the fucking patient while they're getting a fucking heart transplant saying, "Excuse me, sir, can you tell me, what are we up to here? Can you explain it to me there, surgeon?" No, shut the fuck up. Your heart is on the table. And, yeah. Anyways, I love plumbing. I love a challenge. When I hear 4 guys have been there before me, I'm like, I'm going to get this motherfucker. I'm the guy who's going to fix it. And he's going to tell all his friends, man. I get new customers almost every fucking day, man. You see it. Because I'm honest. I'm forthright. And I am a masochist who plays these scenarios over and over in my fucking mind, even in my sleep. I woke up one morning and my Super V was in my bedroom. I was like, what the fuck did I do? What did I do when I was sleeping? What am I, sleepwalking? Yeah, I needed a Super V. So I went out in my trunk in my fucking underwear with a half a boner. I only get a half of one now when I sleep. Let's see what's on here, man. Let's do a little hater mail. It's fucking early. My fear is that, and here I go again playing these scenarios in my fucking mind. My fear is that by 7:30, I'm going to want to go back to bed. And I got to be at this guy's house at 9, which means I got to get out of here at 8. All right, hater mail. Oh, Tony made a fucking, anybody named Tony, you're gone. Tony Plumbob, nasty motherfucker, hateful. Just hateful. So I posted this video last night pretty damn late and got 1,000 views. And I see Steve Lav posted a video yesterday of him changing a fucking oil filter on a fucking, oil tank, and it was up for 15 minutes and he got 14,000 fucking views. So Johnny is really a big fucking threat to Steve Lav, Mikey Pipes. Johnny's coming for you. Yeah. This guy. John, this guy says, you gotta love a state that had no codes. What the fuck are you talking about, bro? No, I don't mean to be nasty, but Florida's got a code, my man. Where's my fucking code book? It's a big one, too. It's a thick motherfucker. It ain't South Carolina. We ain't plumbing fucking outhouses down here. Look at all these code books up here, man. I got every code book. And I actually think I got a new code book. One of my subscribers bought me a fucking brand new code book. And I think it was, this guy, Plumbing Solutions, from here in Orlando, in Florida. What a great guy, man. He's always, and I owe him $1,000, I think. He keeps sending me stuff. He's a nice guy, man. He's, I believe it's him who sent me the code books. The latest up-to-date code. And I will tell you that about 98% of those codes is still the same. If you open it up, like a code book from 2001, and you look at that section, you'll see that it's almost verbatim, exactly the way it was. And then they just do addendums every year. You can still have your old code book and just order the addendums, meaning the changes, and you can add them to your code book. But it is nice to have a code, man. Have a code book. And I know the code pretty well, I carry around a certain amount of information with me, and I use that when I ask, I'm trying to figure out what these people were doing and what time frame they were doing it in. Did it get inspected? Was it unpermitted? Unfortunately, there's a lot of shit down here in Florida. People, flippers, they buy houses, they're flying under the fucking radar, doing shit. That's just not up to code, and would never pass a fucking inspection. It almost felt like on that house yesterday they were using pressure fittings instead of drainage, waste, and vent fittings, because I was struggling getting this fucking cable through there, man. Just bucking, you can see it in the video, just fighting all the fucking way, man. And just every time I bucked, a million fucking shit splashes came off the cable, hit me in my face. By the end of that fucking video, I had war paint on my face. I was like, this motherfucker, it's war! Put the fucking sludge all over my face and said, let's get him! Yeah. Crazy, man. You gotta be tough to do this, man. A lesser man would have motherfucking died on that job yesterday. That's all I'm saying. Not only quit, but he would have died. He probably would have fell off that goddamn weird-ass fucking roof on this house, man. What the fuck? They just keep throwing shit at us. Like, whatever the fuck they throw, we're supposed to catch it, Okay, so he just threw the ball up into the fucking bleachers. Go get it. Form taking precedence over function. We see it all the time. These fucking skirted toilets that are simply impossible to fucking work on. a total fucking nightmare. But Jesus Christ, it looks good. You know? I mean, you walk in and you don't have to look at those ghastly fucking bolt covers anymore, you know? Jesus. What is this fucking world gonna do? Let's read some comments, guys. What the fuck are they? Yeah, so this guy, John C. Chinchar. Gotta love a state that had no codes. Laugh out loud. Yeah, that one had me just fucking laughing out loud. Yeah, not really. So Karsten, he said, I hadn't thought about the disposal, but it makes perfect sense. Even his wife agreed. She was like, yeah, we've already spent $5,000 fucking dollars on this goddamn kitchen drain. Just get the shit out of there. I mean, there was literally hefty bags in it. Plastic on my cable, man. It was fucking hefty bag, fucking whatever color that is. Residential repair. Vince, this guy's a great guy, man. Great family. And he's in the fucking trenches every day getting shit done. He knows what's up. He's not a fucking goddamn keyboard cowboy. He's getting it done. He's fixing shit. Alright, let's get out of here and go to the actual comments. Scooby-Dooby-Dee. And singing gets me through the day, man. Sometimes you gotta fucking Scooby-Dooby-Doo it, man. Just to survive.
Good morning. It's Johnny Sunshine.
Son of a bitch.
It's Wednesday, guys.
So, Irish guy. This guy, sometimes he's kind of tough on me. Sometimes I want to punch him in the face. But he said, that was a rough one, buddy. He probably paid 5 times that over the years with different plumbers. Trying to fix it, and guaranteed they didn't do what you did. Should have been $1,000. It should have been $1,000, man. And I should be living a lot better with what I do. I was like, you know, I should have some guy, a fucking, like an estimator, go out there and say, yeah, this is what it's gonna be. And then I just go in there and act like I'm just an employee at John Phillips Plumbing and stand there stone-faced. That'll be fucking $18,000, please. That's what Bobby said, the estimator. That's what he said. I'm just an employee. I don't know. Yeah, my name's John Phillips, but it's just a fucking coincidence. Yeah. So let's see what this guy said. He said it should have been $1,000 job with everything he did for them on this. That grease is just fucking nasty. It is. It stinks. It's all over my fucking tools. I'll have to pull my cables off, but I gotta get out of here early. I'll have to pull it off and rinse all that shit off. But it actually keeps everything nice and lubed, you know? I mean, besides being just fucking nasty. Black. I scrub my hands fucking... Look at my fingernail. This one took the worst of it. My glove snapped. My pinky finger snapped on my rubber glove. Tanner West. Now this motherfucker, Tanner West is a fucking man in the trenches. Big ups to Tanner. What's happening, my friend? I would go into battle with Tanner West leading me. And there ain't many guys I would say that about. I always ask the question, would you want to be in a foxhole with this motherfucker? You know? Motherfucker may be a harsh term, but, you know, I swear a lot. But, you know, would you be in I'd be in a foxhole with Tanner West, because he's a tough motherfucker. He knows what's up, and he ain't no goddamn quitter. He's not a fucking pussy, is what I'm trying to say. Tanner knows what's up. I would let him lead me into battle. And there ain't, like I said, there ain't many guys I'd say, yeah, I'm not gonna take orders from this motherfucker. But he's a general. He's a general for sure. Let's go back. Tanner, you're the man, brother. I can tell just by your comments. Yep. T-Mac the plumber. He's kind of tough on me sometimes. He was like, wow. Now, wow is a kind of an ambiguous term. It could be like, wow, you're fucked up. Or wow, you did a good job, man. And it's all, and it kind of, when it's through a text, it gets lost in translation. I mean, he could be saying, wow. Or he could be saying, wow, man. Ambiguous. Word of the day. So Karsten, he said, I hadn't thought about the disposal. Yeah, that's a problem. Ryan Rock 2. Plumbing is a rough sport. I did sound and security watch in the Navy, and I talked about sounding tanks. This guy did the same thing. Sending down that tape like a plumb bob down in the voids to check the water levels. Yeah. We used to have to sound tanks every hour in the Navy. If you were the messenger on watch, you'd have to go around and check out all the tanks. You'd have to sound everything, fill out a big ass fucking log. And I was diligent, man. Some guys, I think they called it gun decking, where they're not actually doing it. They're just fucking, they're assholes, You got to go around and check all the equipment, the water pumps, all that stuff, fire pumps, check the fucking pressures, write it down, temperatures, check the oil and all the machinery every hour in the Navy. And that's 24/7. There's always a messenger on watch, and he's going around, and he's the guy who's going to come back and say, hey man, we got a problem. We got emulsified oil in this fucking, in this water pump, man, which means you got a bad seal, you got a bad pump. Emulsified oil is water's getting in there, and it looks like milk. But then you'd have to go take oil samples every day, every night. I forgot what watch, it might have been on the 12 to 4 in the morning watch, where you'd have to take oil samples, and you get them to the Oil King. The Oil King was a guy who worked in that's all he did was deal with oil, and you'd bring all these samples up in these little jars with a label on it saying what it is, what it was for, and he'd put it in a fucking centrifuge, and he'd spin it, and he'd give you the diagnosis of the oil. Is there water in it? Pretty interesting shit, man. They taught me a lot in the Navy. So I had to use that tape. That was part of your shit. You went running around. You had, some tests. You had your sample bottles, which were pretty cool bottles too, man. Because they had to hang in the centrifuge, and it spins around, and it separates everything in there. You can see debris in the bottom. You can see water. You can see milk. It looks like milk when it's totally emulsified, and at that point, you got a big fucking problem. So this one guy, I put my cartridge puller up, and he's like, I'm gonna steal that. And I was like, dude, you don't have to steal it. I just fucking gave it to you. The fuck, am I an idiot? I don't give a fuck. China will make that thing. They'll make it a little bit different. And I put it out there so people can make it themselves, man. And it's not the end all and be all of cartridge pullers, but for the most part, I think it's a good way to go. It's light. If you drop it, it's not going to chip a tile or a tub. That's the main thing, and it works, man. So these people from Fall River, when they called, they were like, man, you just fucking kill me the way you bounce from subject to subject. And yeah, and what happens is, man, as this coffee starts to kick in, it's like fireworks going off in my fucking head, man. I'm like, yeah, get a little fucking crazy, man. Ronald Evergreen said, you got to patent that cartridge puller. People are copying it. I love your work. And listen, guy, I have all these tools that I made. I went and talked to a patent attorney. I had like a 2-hour fucking meeting with them. And each tool, each patent search could cost up to $15,000 per tool. And then after that, if you go ahead and submit a patent, now you got to go talk to, which I had a meeting with these guys actually in Sarasota. There's a couple places that do injection molding, and I went and visited that plant, and it's a machine shop, and they build the molds, man, to inject plastic to make everything. All of these plastic things are injection molded. This is. You'll see one little spot where there was a port where it was injecting the hot plastic in. So anyways, you get there and you show them that cartridge puller. Very fucking simple. It costs $3 to buy the parts at Home Depot. A foot of fucking 1.25 inches and an 1.25 inches hard cap and a piece of all thread rod. He tells you it's going to be $15,000 or $20,000 to build the mold for it, and I can't do that unless you give me an order for 100,000 units. And I'm like, okay, Johnny ain't gonna do that. I'm not going down this fucking road. You're looking at $100,000 for one fucking tool, man. And then all China has to do is say, damn, that was a good idea, and they do it every day. All they have to do is change that tool by 10%, and they have worked their way around your patent. It's a different animal if it's 10% different. So if somebody wants to patent that, or give try it, that's going to be a lot of money, guys. But I got a lot of tools. I've already shared with you my plunger, which I don't know, when you watched that video yesterday and I'm out of view, the camera was in the cabinet and you could hear me plunging, you could see what that plunger was doing. It was pushing that fucking garbage disposal down. It's so strong. Watch that video again and listen to me when I'm plunging, and watch that system and just listen to the power of that fucking plunger. Unfortunately, the water appeared to just be splashing up and down in that pipe, going to the Studer vent, and the fact that it wasn't leaking is a testament to the fact that it's a check valve. But I did have my leak yesterday on that house. I come down, the guy's like, hey, the water's leaking in the kitchen. There's a little leak, and I don't know if it wasn't leaking when I left. I come back, I don't know if he reached in there and touched something. But the goddamn hose connector, and if you look at the way they hooked that thing up, the fucking dishwasher discharge hose broke. So now I got a fucking bathtub with 4 inches of water in it pouring into the fucking cabinet. I stick my thumb in the fucking thing and I'm like, what the fuck? It's tough, man. But you keep on chugging, man. That's all you want. All you can do. So this guy, John Daly, said maybe you could post a jetting video of that house. Johnny can't jet that house. Jetting's a problem when you got a lot of bends, because you need the force of that hose to pull the hose through. You need the jets to pull the hose through the house. There's too many bends. You're not going to be able to get it done. My solution to that is that kitchen, if it keeps backing up, pop that drain out of the side of the house and put a fucking tank in there and with a pump and just pump it around the house. No fall on the fucking 2-inch pipe. And bury a tank, dump it in there, pump it around the house and tie in wherever the fuck the sewer is. Even if it's a half a mile down the fucking street, who cares? Put some clean outs in so you can actually jet that line when the grease builds up. These people are abusing that system. You know, garbage bags and grease. They're just... He said, you know, he's like, it's funny because the last 3 or 4 houses they've all had fucking plumbing issues. And I was like, you know why? Because you live there, you dumb motherfucker. It's your fucking, you need to change your goddamn lifestyle. You can't be pouring a half a gallon of bacon grease down the fucking kitchen sink, man. Come on. Wake the fuck up. I told him, I said, it's like a doctor when he tells a fucking patient, your arteries are full of plaque. I said, dude, your fucking plumbing system's full of plaque. It's on fucking life support. You gotta change your lifestyle. Stop eating the fucking BLTs, man. Come on. The fried chicken and the fucking potato chips. With a fucking half a slab of rib chaser. Oh shit, let's go back here. KK Lover, what the fuck does he got? This guy. KK Loveler. KK K Kovler. He's got a hat for his sign. It says R-U, the letters, nuts. Are you nuts? Some people might say so. Look at my eyes, guys. Fucking terrible. Every day. Yesterday, end of the day, I put some drops in, and my right eye was stinging, and that's when I thought to myself, you know, a lesser man would just give up at this fucking point. Just give up, man. But I realized yesterday, man, I really need a fucking helper, man. I can't be running back and forth to the truck like I do. Doing shit like that by yourself. As I get older, it's just getting tougher and tougher. That Route 66 sewer machine is so fucking heavy. Cables in and out of the truck. I need a young kid, man. 20-year-old kid who wants to fucking learn, man. He can... Wait a minute. Oh, you shouldn't have laughed. I think I just shit my pants. I'm gonna end on that note. I need a helper.